Hi friends, my name is Sasha.
And I'm Mia.
And this is the Drawing Club podcast.
A weekly show where we chat about art, creativity, life,
and my cats.
And all of this while drawing a new illustration every week.
And you can draw with us. If you do, please share your creations on social media and tag us in your posts.
Welcome to the club, friends.
Welcome back to the Drawing Club podcast, season 3.
Oh my god, welcome back. This is so exciting. We're finally back. I can't believe it almost.
Yeah, same. I forgot how to do this.
Yeah, we might be a bit rusty, so bear with us. Again, it's been a while. We took a summer holiday and then a bit of an autumn holiday or something. We were kind of planning to start recording, but then, things come up. I moved and stuff, so we're finally here though.
Yeah, life has become a bit too much and the podcast didn't fit for a while, but now we're kind of finally in a place where we can find a time and place for the podcast, and we miss talking to you so much.
So much.
Yeah. So happy we're back. And we usually have this, those of you who have been listening know that we have this one thing we want to share with the club today, every week. But now, since we haven't talked to you since July, when was it?
Something like that.
We have a lot of things we want to share with the club today. So we thought we'll start soft, and our topic is all the things we want to share with your friends.
Yes, like a little recap of our summer and autumn so far. What's going on with our lives?
Yes. Yeah, but how are you doing in general?
Me?
You?
I'm not even sure how to answer it, to be honest. I feel like, I'm gonna get to the move in a while, but it's been a whirlwind here for the past almost 2 months, and I'm kind of now starting to come back from all of it. So, but I still feel very strange in this new space and new place and everything, but I don't know. There's good days and then there's bad days, but mostly it's weird days, I feel like. How are you feeling?
Well, yeah, also I'm struggling to describe these days because for me it's been very up and down. It was a lot of down in the summer, and August was really bad. But then now it's a bit better, but nothing really bad happened to me, but still I guess this whole year is just
it's not good.
It's not good, no. And I've been really struggling coping with everything.
I feel you there.
But I'm happy that some things are happening now, because also for me things haven't been happening for a while. I've been very low on being active, apart from my day job, which is not that fun, even though it's nice to get paid. But other than that, it wasn't fun. And I wasn't really doing much fun stuff, but it seems that September has been busy with fun things. So and now we are even recording. I'm so happy that normal life things are coming back to life, to into my life. So
that definitely feels good to have something familiar again. Because I feel like everything's just been so weird, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. It's been a weird year, but here we are. trying to go
still
on.
Here. All right.
Oh,
what are you drawing today, by the way?
Yeah, I was just about to say oh my god, we forgot to. Yeah, okay. So as we're recording, it's October, And I'm doing the Inktober or Drawtober challenge. I'm not sure which one to call it because I don't really follow any official prompt list or anything. But I am doing a month-long drawing challenge is the point. So I'm drawing lots of witches so far. So also today I'm drawing this witch. I'm using my watercolors and she has a lot of hair. That's what I can tell you so far. What are you drawing?
Well, I'll start with talking about how I've been already with this. I haven't really drawn, I feel like, since like we recorded the podcast last time. I mean, maybe I have drawn a bit, but not like, I don't really remember properly like drawing in a really long time. Oh, my cat is here, so if you can hear some noises, that's my cat.
Oh my god, which one is it? Because I just saw the tail.
Notka.
Oh,
it's
Notka.
You should tell them apart by the tail.
I should, but
Maya has a much bigger tail.
But I kind of only like just saw it when it like left the screen, so I wasn't sure. But yes, I should be a better cat auntie. But yeah, please go on.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's just because like when I see them, for example, like in the dark or like without my glasses, like if I can't see the details very well, I always tell them apart by their tail, because like Maya has like a super fluffy tail and Notka's tail is like pretty thin. So it's always like, which one is it? Oh yeah, I can see the tail, so I know which cat it is.
That's enough.
Yeah, so that's like, yeah.
Aww.
Anyways, back to drawing. Yeah, I have maybe drawn like here, there's something, but I don't even remember. Anyways, when we were traveling last month, I found like one day when I kind of really wanted to draw, and we were traveling in the north. I'll tell you more about it later, but
yes.
I was really inspired by all the really wonky plants that I saw around, like all these trees that were really small and like super wonky.
Yeah.
So I just drew this pattern of like the branches going all over the place. I don't know, I could show you.
Oh, whoa, yes.
Yeah, so it's very like meditative full page leaf pattern. But
so
yeah,
cool.
I started drawing it back then in the beginning of September. I drew the pencil line, then I went around it with like a gel pen, and then I never continued it. So I'm just gonna fill in all those leaves with color. It's gonna be very nothing
so,
special.
Yeah, but it sounds so like as you said, meditative and like relaxing.
Yeah, I was at first like thinking, what should I draw? And then I saw this one and I was like, oh, I want this very low pressure. I'm just continue.
Yeah.
This, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like relate to not drawing a lot. I feel like I didn't really draw during the whole summer. Like at least after the beginning of the summer when I had a couple of like jobs that I was drawing for. I haven't really drawn very much at all, but so I'm very happy about this drawing challenge, and I hope to like I'm not super set on drawing each and every day. I'm fine if I miss some days, but I'm already like just really happy about devoting this time to drawing again, because I haven't felt like it and I haven't had the time, so it feels nice to get back to it.
Yeah.
So Sasha, do you want to start with letting us know what have you been up to since season 2?
Well, I should maybe start with like with the downs, so then we can finish on the ups.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah. Well, as I already told, like the summer has been like for me emotionally pretty bad, even though like there wasn't anything specific that caused it, but just I guess the stress of like the whole like of the whole spring and like the beginning of summer when like yeah, everything, we had to like follow so many rules, and everything was so strict and like scary that I think I was like very concentrated, because I also like went to work, and we had people at our work that would contract the virus, and it was like very there was like a lot of kind of, how do you even say it, like not pressure, but like, you know, when you're always kind of
kind of on your toes,
kind of tense. Yeah, like like there's a lot of tension all the time. You have to think about things, you have to worry about things, you have to like always think about this. And I think, but also because like we had to think about this all the time, there was no like space to like relax and kind of process it. But then I think in the summer, because it got a bit like the situation got much better, and we could kind of breathe out a bit for a couple months, unfortunately, but yeah, for a while I think I also felt a bit more relaxed, and then I think like all the it started catching up with me, like the I don't know, like it was in a way traumatic, like maybe not like suddenly and very harshly traumatic, but still like this constant tension kind of, I think, was traumatic for me. And then like I think July and August I was just emotionally like so low, and I felt like very numb to things, like I wasn't sad or happy for anything. I was just kind of like, I don't know, it was bad. It's like even hard to describe, because I also don't remember very well like what I was even thinking, but it was just, I just remember it was really bad. And yeah, I was like, because I tend to have these like anxiety attacks every now and then, like sometimes if the situation, or sometimes it's even out of nowhere, or sometimes if the situation is somehow like makes me anxious, I get into this, like my heart is beating and like my breathing is really strong and stuff. I feel like in August I just had that 24/7, like I just had that all the time. Yeah, so and also like I felt very useless with like my job, because I haven't been like, my illustration business is like not been going, like I can't even say not that it hasn't been going well, it hasn't been going, period. Like nothing is happening. And yeah, I think it was also like I've been meaning to start something, because it felt like, you know, things are getting better. I think I can like, you know, put things in my online shop, like do things, and I have things to do. I have like a whole to-do list of things that I can do, but I just couldn't do anything. So then I also felt kind of like that, because my business is suffering, but it's also, I felt like it's also my fault, because I'm like, you know, I'm here, I have time, I have space, I'm not doing anything. So yeah, it was just yeah, but yeah, I feel like it's getting better now.
Yeah, that feels, I mean, that sounds so rough.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry you've gone through that. That's like, it's horrible, but also like I relate to a lot of the things you also talk about. Like I feel like, yeah, I mean, definitely this year has been traumatic. I 100% agree. And I think I'm not sure if I'm kind of only now starting to kind of maybe like process it, because there's been some things in my personal life that have been like kind of immediately traumatic, so I think through processing that I'm kind of only I feel like I've been kind of numb to this whole pandemic thing. Like I've just been scared, and I've been like so focused on like trying to stay safe and all that stuff, that I'm maybe only now starting to kind of realize all the emotional stuff and mental stuff that it, like how it's taken a toll so badly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like, it's very different for everyone, how like everyone is dealing with it, and in that way it's also like hard because we can all relate in one way, but also in the other way we all react so differently, and it's so hard to like
and we all have like a
people
different
to understand each other.
Yeah, true. And we all have like different life situations as well, which like makes such a difference in how we can deal with all everything. Yeah. It's been really tough. Yeah. If I should I share something? If I also start with my kind of summer thing. So in the summer I actually took a holiday, like a real summer holiday, which I haven't since I like started illustrating professionally. I haven't really taken more than maybe 2 weeks off or something like at once. But I took a whole month off at the end of June, and we went to the cabin with my partner. And oh my god, it was so, like, it did a world of good to kind of to get away from all the scary stuff and all the things that had been like so stressful, and kind of not have to worry about it for a while. We went through some like tough things in our like personal life there, or like in our family, but like just kind of simplifying our lives and being away from all the stressors, like it was so good. And that was like definitely the highlight of my summer, that trip to the cabin, where we just like I can't even remember what we did. I read like 2 books, which is pretty amazing because I pretty much don't have time or energy, or like I don't even really want to read very much in my personal life. I don't know. I find it really challenging, but there I was reading, and it was just nice. I was playing a lot of Sims. So it was like this, it was just like very not thinking about anything kind of break, and that felt really good. So that was definitely like one highlight of the year for me. Just like going to sauna, eating like simple foods, and going to the forest, and just like swimming. It was really nice. Although it was pretty cold for a lot of the time, but there were some nice summer days too.
That sounds so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, my cat keeps jumping on the table, and also she's meowing.
Aww.
What do you want?
Do you want to share? Do you want to share what's going on in your life?
Yeah, I think she wants to share how like she's not getting food.
Oh, of course. And never getting pets or hugs or anything.
Yeah. Notka, I think your dad is gonna be home soon and he's gonna feed you. Mom is working, sorry. All right. Should I move on?
Yes, please share something.
Well, speaking of getting away and being in the nature, we actually took a huge, or like, okay, not huge, but for me it was huge, a big hiking trip to the north.
Yes, oh my god, I'm so excited to hear about this. I mean, we've talked about it, but I'm excited to hear about it again, because I was like vicariously living through your Instagram stories.
Yeah, I think so did a lot of my followers, which was so happy. Like, I've been getting messages that like people were really enjoying my stories, and that like there were some people who used to live in Finland but really miss Finland and they really enjoyed it, or then some people who are stuck at home and like are. Yeah, it was so nice because I really enjoyed like capturing everything and making these little videos in the end of the day. Yes. Like, I don't know, for me it was like I felt like I'm sharing this with friends. Yeah, I don't know. It was really nice. But anyways, we never really did like a proper hiking camping trip before. Of course, we love to sometimes get out in nature and just like have like a day hike in the forest every now and then. But yeah, this time it was like a huge road trip through like from the west to the east of the north of Finland, and we visited like several national parks, and every day we were just walking in nature, and then at night we were sleeping in the car and we were cooking food on this little like camping stove, and we were just sleeping like somewhere in the forest. And I don't know, it was just so like it felt very like back to basics, like very like there were only like a couple things we had to worry about, and that's it, and there's like nothing else, and it was so healing for me to like kind of oh my god, my cats are making so many noises. What is happening? And you know what? I'm gonna like sidetrack a bit.
Sure.
I was like, I put my mic on like a different mic stand today that I used to do before. It's like this big stand that stands on the floor. You know, like the kind of mic stand that people who sing on stage has.
Yeah, I have one like that now. Kind of.
Yeah, so I have that at home, but I never thought to use it. But today I was like, oh, I should use that. So I was feeling like I'm so professional. Now there's not going to be any extra noises like from my pencils and stuff, because usually there's like always, because we are drawing, and when the mic is like standing on the table, you can hear like the eraser, the pencil, everything. And I was like, this is going to be so nice now that there are going to be no annoying noises. And my cats are like, what?
Our chance is here.
I think I want to be on the podcast too. Like they're both here now. And like and they just can't sit still. They have to do stuff. And also I have like I'm sitting in my partner's studio corner, and he is the one who is like the sound person. He has a lot of sound equipment, so I just sat here next to all his sound equipment. But he also has like a lot of these handmade instruments. So there's a lot of these like parts and these guitar strings that are just apart or like hanging from somewhere. There's a lot of like, parts of things that are not like things yet. So yeah, so they're just playing with that stuff, and it makes a lot of noise.
Well,
I'm so sorry, but these are cats.
Yeah, I'm happy that it seems like a lot of our listeners love cats, so I don't think people are gonna mind too much.
Yes. So if you hear something and you think that it's annoying, just think of a cat and it's gonna sound cute right away.
Exactly.
But yeah, anyways, back to my trip.
Yes.
Well, I don't know, it was just... Yeah, it was really nice. And the northern nature is just so beautiful. It's I don't know. I am originally from the north of Russia. It's basically like I'm from Murmansk, which is like right next to Finland, so it's basically also like the same area, the same kind of nature.
Yeah.
So it was also very nostalgic to me, like seeing all of that. But then, because as a child, you never really pay attention to your surroundings in that same way. You kind of, because you grow up with that, it's not that special to you. So it's just there. But now, like, I actually paid attention, and I was like so amazed. I was like, oh, but also, so it felt like it's new in a way, that I'm just seeing everything and I'm like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. This is so special. This is so unique. But at the same time, it's something that I already know. It's kind of like my home. So it was just cool. Like both things at the same time. I don't know. It was really nice.
Yeah. Like reconnecting to your kind of roots, or I don't know. That sounds kind of sappy, but I would imagine.
Yeah, it felt that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds really beautiful.
Yeah. But also, as I always do, I went on like a huge research or like YouTube research spree before
Of course.
we went just to kind of like, I started just by looking like, oh, like what are the things that are like good to think about before you go on like a hiking trip, or like what are the things that you should always have with you, and like just stuff like that. But then I got so into it, I just like, I've watched so much of like hiking YouTube and like learned so much about like tents, sleeping bags, sleeping pads, like all of this stuff, backpacks, and the different kinds of equipment. Like if you go on like a car camping trip, if you go on like a backpacking trip, like how are those things different? And by like researching all of that stuff and also like doing our hiking trip, I kind of realized how like all of the gear we had was like completely wrong for the kind of trip we did. I mean, we still managed to do it, but the backpack I had was pretty bad. Like my back would be hurting in the end of the day all the time. And our sleeping bags were only for the summer, so we were freezing the whole time when we slept. And also this, like, we got the sleeping pads from my dad, and they were nice, but still they were a bit too hard. So we were freezing and also hurting every night. Oh my God. So we actually didn't sleep that much. But, I mean, it was fine. We took, like, 2 hotel breaks in between to, like, catch up on sleep and, like, sleep on a soft bed.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was still worth it. Yeah. But we just came back and we were like, we would love to go on a trip like that again, but we need new gear. Because like, it's nice, but it's just not... it could be way comfier. The same kind of very back to basics sleeping in the car trip can still be somewhat comfortable if you have the right gear.
Yeah, I feel you.
But it's still possible if you don't.
Yeah.
Okay, should we take a little break?
Yeah, let's do that. We are now on Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, it is a platform where you can support your favorite creatives with a monthly pledge that you can change or delete anytime. Our Patreon page will work as a tip jar with one tier that is €2 a month or more if you wish. The money will go towards paying for our podcast hosting fees. In the future, we hope to also create exclusive content for you on Patreon. So, if you enjoy listening to our podcast, consider supporting us on Patreon. And we're back. I could share something next. Yes, and this is like an illustration related thing, which these are like pretty much the only things I have to share in that realm. But I actually got to do 2 really exciting client projects this summer, which I'm really excited about. They were like both firsts for me as an illustrator. Just before my holiday, I actually illustrated a product for someone other than myself. And it was this label for a local brewery for their beer bottle. And oh my God, it was so cool. I was so excited. And when we got back from the cabin and I saw the bottle in real life, it was like, oh my God, this is my baby. Like I made that. And now people are gonna just, they're just gonna buy this and drink it. And I already heard that some people bought it for the label design.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's really pretty.
Oh,
it's really nice. And the beer inside is really good also, which is like, I mean, I don't know, like for people who drink a lot of beer, I don't know, but I don't normally like beer, and this beer is good. I liked it. Like, yes. I actually drank like half of that bottle that you gave me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I can just give it to my partner. But then I tried one sip, and I was like, this is really good. I want some of this too.
Yeah.
So then I stole half the bottle from him.
Well, that's good.
And the bottle is actually now like on our little coffee table on the balcony because it's so pretty. Oh. We didn't want to throw it away, so it's our home decor now.
Oh, That's so sweet. Oh. But yeah, it is really good. I'm also like very not like a beer person, but I like some beer. But this is really nice. It's like a sour, kind of a sour, and like this fresh beer. But yes, that was one of them. But one of my dreams as an illustrator also came true because I illustrated my first children's book.
Yeah,
which is,
that's amazing.
It's so cool. Like it's weird. It still feels weird to say that. It wasn't like a children's book, but it's like a children's song book. So like a, with music. So, yeah, that was super amazing. I worked on it, I think, pretty much all of August. And I created the illustrations digitally. And right now I'm actually in the process of like, what do you call it? Like I'm doing the graphic design for the...
Layout?
Okay, yeah, I'm doing the layout design. Yeah, great. For the book right now. So it's nice to see how it all comes together with the illustrations and all the songs and everything. But oh my god, I can't wait to see the book also like as a finished product. So this is like super I feel like these are kind of milestones that in my career now, like these two really new things, and I don't know, yeah, it feels like it's something I want to and hopefully can do more of in the future.
Yeah. Do you know like where or like how the book is going to be distributed?
I'm not actually sure. It's by this Finnish like society for like, oh my god, how would you even describe it? It's like teachers of music who teach music for like really, really young kids. So they're like society kind of commissioned this book or are like creating it. So I think it will be available to those teachers maybe to buy. And so maybe through those like groups where they teach the music to the kids, they'll be using it. But I think it's quite a small, what do you call it? Like there's not going to be that many books printed.
Yeah.
So I think it's mostly like for professional use for those people. But I mean, I'm going to snag one.
Yeah.
I hope. Yeah. And I'm very excited, and it's so cool that like some kids will be looking at the book and like learning songs from it, and maybe like hopefully enjoying the art. I don't know, it's really cute.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, do you wanna share something with the class today?
Yes. Well, I can share my professional career growth news too.
Yes. I'm so excited.
Yeah, well, those of you who follow me on Instagram probably already know, but I started tattooing human people. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, did I even share this on the podcast ever, that has been like in the works? Anyways, it's like it's a quite a long story. Like actually, I've had it on the back of my mind for a while now. Actually, like how many years ago was it that I traveled to Israel for that birthright trip?
Was it 2?
Like, no, more.
No, 3.
It was maybe 4 years ago or something, or 3.
Are you serious?
I mean, it's okay. I don't remember, but it's been a while.
Yeah. Sure.
And we had this because we were like a group of 40 people, and we had, I think, like on one of the first nights, we had this kind of game where we got to know each other. So they were these 2 circles, and like half the people were sitting on the outside circle and half the people were on inside circle, and the inside circle was rotating like every 10 minutes or something, or 5 minutes. So you had that amount of time to talk to the person, and then you would meet the next person. So and like during that time we all kind of talked about like, oh, what are you doing like in your life and stuff. And there was this one guy, he was really nice. And when he learned that I was an illustrator, he was like, oh my God, you should do tattoos. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's a good idea. Like, I think tattoos are cool. And I might have even like had this idea before, but I kind of never even like stopped on it. But he was like so excited. He was like, I already convinced another friend who is an illustrator and he's now a tattoo artist. And like, he's doing so well. I really think I'm inspiring people to become tattoo artists. And I'm like, yeah, this sounds really cool. And then they continued and it stuck with me since then. I was like, he did inspire me. Even though I usually don't like when people tell me what I should do. Like, you know, with sometimes people
Sure.
who are not illustrators, like they see me doing postcards and they're like, you should also do this. You should also do t-shirts. You should also do this. And I'm like, yeah, like I always think like, yeah, you can go and do your own t-shirts. Like, do you know how much it costs? Like, I'm usually annoyed by this kind of advice because usually those people are
Sure.
like, yeah. But in this case, he was sent to me by some higher power or something. I don't know.
Wow.
because it I got really inspired and it got stuck with me, and since then I've been kind of having this idea of like how do I do this, like how do I actually learn tattooing, like I mean I can see that people are doing this apprenticeship thing, but how do I even find, like, do I just find an artist that I like and I ask them to teach me? But like then I felt, you know, I'm like a socially anxious person, and like this kind of scenario sounds really scary.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I had it in the back of my mind, like just kind of like, how do I even do this? But yeah, then you introduced me to Ahma.
Yes.
Who then I went and got multiple tattoos from, but already like the first tattoo I got from them, I right away, like, because Ahma is so nice.
Yeah.
They're like so easy to talk to, so I was right away kind of like, well, I was kind of thinking that it would be maybe nice to also learn tattooing one day.
Yes.
And they were just so like open right away, and they were like, I can show you something, we can have like a workshop, I can like just ask me questions. Like they were just right away so willing to share everything they know. I'm like, yeah, I'm so thankful to like you, Mia, that you introduced me to Ahma, because this would have never happened. But yeah, so kind of gradually I've been like very slow at first, but yeah, I've been learning like a little bit on like oranges and like trying things here and there. But recently I made one tattoo on Ahma, and they were, while I was doing it, they were teaching me all the like hygiene rules and everything. And then I asked if they think it's okay if I start asking other people who I know, like that if they would be willing to offer me their skin to practice on, and like just kind of take like very low payments from them, like just cover the expenses and stuff. And Ahma was like, yes, definitely, like you need to practice on someone, so go ahead. Because I also didn't know, like, is it okay to give cheap tattoos to people, or is it like not good for the industry, you know? Of course I wasn't I wasn't like offering it openly. I just wanted to do it for like friends and family or like people I know. Yeah. Or and then also I was like, is it okay for me with my skill level already to start tattooing on people? Like, is that also like, might be, like, I was kind of scared. I'm still scared of like the other tattoo artists.
Sure.
Are they going to be like, who is she?
But everyone gets started that way though. Everyone starts as
Exactly.
a novice. And they, you know,
Yeah,
learns.
exactly. So, but because I also know that like the whole community, like the tattoo community, like some parts of it are pretty, you know, toxic and like snobby and stuff. So even though I'm not really like in contact with those people, I'm still really scared of those people, like the ones who are really good and who are gonna judge me. But anyways, the response has been amazing. I mean, Ahma told me right away, like, people love cheap tattoos, so be careful and don't take too many people. But yeah, I've been practicing now. I got like 12 people in line right away.
Nice. And I'm one of them.
Yes.
Just saying. Can't wait.
Yeah, you're still waiting. Yeah, and I already made like, I think 8 tattoos on people.
That's amazing.
Like altogether, including like the tiny one I made on myself.
Yes.
But yeah, and I can see I'm getting better. I'm still like, I'm still a beginner, of course, but I already see this becoming a thing. And I'm so excited. I'm so into this process. I just love this, and I feel like I'm so into doing this that my fears don't play part in like my actions at all, which is so different for like me normally, because usually I'm so scared to do anything that I don't do a lot of things that I think I want to do. But here I'm just like, I'm so determined that I'm just going, and it's like I'm so scared what those people, like when I give somebody a tattoo, are they gonna hate it? Are they gonna like think this is too wonky or like or something? But I'm still doing it because I want to do it so much, and I'm so like determined into learning this that it's like I'm kind of ignoring all these fears, and I don't even have to do any kind of like mental work for that. It just happens.
That is so amazing. I feel like that is a sign. It sounds like a sign.
This has never happened to me. I haven't had this kind of feeling with any kind of like art form that I've been trying out. I've loved a lot of things that I've done before, but it's never been like this. Like now I feel like I'm being like guided by some, I don't know, this sounds really cheesy, but I do feel like there's some higher power that is like pulling me to do this. And I can't really pay attention to my fears because I really have to like go forward with this. I don't know, maybe it's just like the mental state that I'm in. Maybe it doesn't like, but I feel like this is like a thing that I'm supposed to do. I don't know.
But that is so amazing. That must be like, that sounds like an amazing feeling, and I'm so happy for you as well. I'm so happy.
Thank you. It is an amazing feeling, and I'm really enjoying the process, and I'm really enjoying like, because I'm always really scared of like working with customers, like customer service kind of stuff. Like I never want to do those jobs, but here it's different because you just have this one person, and you're really intimate with them, and they like have to like trust you in some way, like and also like you're really concentrated on doing this nice thing on their skin, and you're just like trying to be very nice to them, and they're also like really happy that you're doing this thing, and it's just like the whole interaction is very intimate and small and calm, and like I'm sure everybody has different clients, of course, like not all clients are gonna be amazing, but just in general, like it's not like in a lot of customer service you might meet like a bad client, and then when they leave you immediately have to talk to the next one or like something like this. But here it's so different. It's so like one at a time, very calmly, very slowly, and like I really like this, that you like get to see people who get your art. For them your art is so personal, and like it's gonna be on their skin, and also it's the interaction is very chill. That
sounds so special. And also to like let people know you are doing hand poke tattoos, right? Because that's what Ahma also does. And also you might, if you've been a listener of ours, you might actually remember Ahma because they were a guest on our show.
Yes. So you already know Ahma.
Yeah.
A lot of you at least.
And if you didn't, please go and listen to that episode because we talk about tattoos and comics and making comics and making tattoos. And it's amazing. It's really cool.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah. So I might have a new art related job soon.
Yes.
I hope so. At least, I'm really looking forward to it, and this has been like the highlight of my year.
I'm so happy for you, and like so excited to see what you make, and also excited to get your art on my skin as well.
Thank you. And and if you live in Helsinki or like visiting Helsinki and want to get tattoo from me eventually, not yet, I'm not yet accepting like proper clients, but I will eventually, you should follow me on Instagram. I just made like a separate Instagram profile just like 2 days ago. I was also so scared to do that. But yeah, I'm officially a tattoo artist on Instagram.
So nice.
So yeah, please go follow.
Yeah, let's link them in the, in the YouTube description and in the podcast.
Yes.
Is that also a description? We'll link it there. You'll find it.
Yeah.
Or probably also from your Instagram account. Right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah. Do you want to share something too? I think this was my last big thing, so...
Yes, I have also like
Go ahead.
final big thing, which is something that I already kind of talked about. I moved. I moved and it's... that's why I'm very out of it still. I've already... Okay, I'll give you a bit of a backstory. So, in my last apartment, which you've seen if you watched our first season, which was in video form, I lived there for, over 11 years. It's the only apartment that I lived in since moving, away from my parents' house. So I grew up there. That was such a safety nest for me. I loved the apartment, but also it wasn't my dream to live there forever, but it just kind of happened because it was there was nothing really wrong with it, but I kind of knew that I wanted and needed a change. And also because we were both working from home, have been for the past, ever since we graduated, it had started to get really, really cramped. We weren't really fitting in that apartment anymore. And so kind of accidentally, I was looking at apartments kind of as a joke. And not very seriously,
I've heard this somewhere.
And then there was this one apartment and I was like, that looks really good. It's bigger than what we have now. There would be an extra room that we could make into a workspace for us both. And I was like, oh, I've never really thought of living in that part of Helsinki. But it seems nice. What the hell? Let's just apply, not seriously, but let's just see. We had never even applied for an apartment before, but we just put out an application and kind of were like, let's see, whatever. And then the next day we got an invitation to a apartment showing. So I went to the showing, and because we live in times of Corona, it was a 10-minute viewing. And after the 10 minutes, I was supposed to have a decision. Or I based on that. And I was kind of I don't know. I really liked it, I guess. But also I've never seen other apartments and I don't know. It was very weird. But in the end, we decided to what the hell? Let's apply. Let's see. And long story short, we got this apartment and we had to move at a pretty fast schedule. I think when we wrote the, what do you call it? The contract? Signed the contract for the apartment. We had 2 weeks until the move in date. And oh my God, it was wild. It was, and also my partner was away for half that time. So it's, I don't know. I kind of wonder how we survived it, to be honest. But we did. And we've been here now for a month, which I also can't believe because I don't know how time works anymore. I really love it though. This place, it feels so good, especially as I'm sitting now. I'm in my workspace and I can't believe I have a whole room. I mean, I'm a half a room, but everything related to my work is here. And there's space. I don't get it. I'm still I'm kind of still every moment or every morning waking up and thinking oh my God, like, was it a dream? Like, are we actually allowed to live here now? I don't know. It feels like still very surreal, and I kind of can't believe it, but I guess it will take some time kind of to get used to this, the fact that I'm suddenly living here, because it's my first time, so it's been really strange trying to get used to that idea of living in a new place, and especially because it's also a whole new area. I have a friend who lives here, and I visited them a couple of times, but that's like it. I had no idea. Like, I don't know the area, but now I've slowly been, like, we've been taking walks here and seeing what's here, and oh my God, we live by the sea, or like a short walk away from the sea, and it's so beautiful, and there's like all these rocks here, and it's like foresty. It's so gorgeous. It's like even prettier than I could have imagined. I'm just so happy.
Yeah.
I'm like really happy, but also like very conflicted. I don't know. I don't know if this makes sense to, like, because I'm sure like for a lot of people they've moved a bunch of times, so maybe it's not a big deal but for me it's my first time. Like, I'm 32 and it's my first time moving like house. So I am just like, what is going on? But yeah, I'm really happy with the new place and with the area and everything, but still just kind of soaking it all in.
Yeah, it takes a while to adjust.
Yeah, I remember when you moved.
Anyway.
Yeah, when you moved in the spring, you were saying that it that it still doesn't feel quite like home, like at that time. So I'm prepared to wait, but it's just it's weird.
Yeah, it's a big change, of course. Like your whole environment, like where your base kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
It just suddenly became different. So of course it's like it takes a while to adjust. You can just like tell your brain, this is our home now, and it's like, okay, switch. Like,
yeah.
I mean, maybe for some people it works that way, but
yeah, definitely
I feel
not
like,
for me.
yeah, the same for me. Like even though I was really happy to move, like I did like miss my previous, I still miss my previous apartment, even though this is much better. Like, I prefer this apartment, but still, like when you get used to this one little like place that you put also a lot of like energy into.
Yeah, it was your home, like so many memories, and like just that the space feels safe. I mean, of course I feel like safe here. I don't feel like unsafe, but it doesn't quite feel like this safety nest full of comfy blankets that the old apartment felt, just because I like was so used to it and everything. It was like so I'm still kind of waiting for that feeling, but also it's been like really fun to kind of redecorate. I mean, mostly like all our furniture is from the old place, but for the new workspace now, because we have so much space, I've also been doing like some secondhand shopping, and it's been really nice to kind of decorate for the first time in like several years, because now we have space. So it's been really nice.
Yeah.
And a quick little like other piece of news, not like really news, but my last thing that's happened here was that last week me and my partner actually celebrated 7 years together, which was very special. Like, we just spent the evening in our new apartment and kind of just like, I wonder what this chapter of our lives kind of holds, and it was so sweet, and oh my God.
Well, happy anniversary.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I feel pretty lucky.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's it for today's very chill, chatty episode.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a good time catching up with Mia and you friends.
Yeah, same, definitely. Now you know what we've been up to, and next week we can start with like, actual topics in quotations.
Yeah.
I mean, we always talk about ourselves, so it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. But please, like today we don't have a question of the week because we just started, but starting next week, we're gonna be answering a question from one of you friends every week. So please submit us your questions. Just go to our Instagram or our email and just send us a message or comment or wherever it works for you. We are reading everything and writing them down, and we love answering your questions because it feels like we're talking to you.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah. And you come up with the best questions also.
Yeah. So such fun ones that we've had.
Yes.
And also,
so
if
please
you
let us know. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Also, if you drew with us, please share your art with us because we love to see what you create when you listen to our little podcast.
Yeah. We haven't been reposting as many of your pieces now that we've been on holiday, but now that we're back to work, we see everything that you tag us in, and we try to repost as much as we can if we catch it. So please share your lovely work on social media, tag us, and we'd love to see and repost what you do.
Yeah. How is your artwork doing, by the way?
Well, it's a little bit more colored.
Yeah, no, it is. It really is. But there's a lot of leaves to paint.
Yeah, and they're so tiny that it takes a while.
Yeah.
Yes, and I also already made a whole tattoo today morning, so my hands are a bit tired.
You were like having a real hand workout today.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm also not
How
finished.
is yours?
Yeah, I'm not finished, but let me see. Maybe I can show you on the phone somehow. Kind of. Can you see something?
I can see a lot of hair.
Yeah. Well, that's what I promised.
Yes.
It's mostly
and
hair.
And you delivered.
Yeah, I did deliver hair. But yeah, I'll finish it off camera. And as always, if you're watching this on video, we'll have our pieces at the end of this video, and we'll also post them on Instagram.
Yes. All right, but thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, see you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Drawing Club podcast.
You can follow us on Instagram at Drawing Club Podcast or email us at drawingclubpodcast@gmail.com.
You can also find me, Mia, on Instagram at mia.minerva and on YouTube as Mia Minerva. Sasha, where can we find you?
I'm on Instagram at Sasha_Kretova.
This podcast was created by us, Mia Minerva and Sasha Kretova.
Olli Arni created the theme song and assisted with the recording, and Dmitry Zherbin took care of audio mastering.
Welcome to the club, friends.